Attention, Real Madrid fans! A wave of breaking news behind the scenes could completely reshape the team's future this season. Vinicius Jr. might not be leaving the club after all, Alaba and Rudiger are no longer in the club's long-term plans, and Reinier, once hailed as a Brazilian wonderkid, could have his contract terminated in the coming days. But before we dive into the explosive details shaking the Santiago Bernabéu, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update about the biggest club in the world. Let's get straight to the headline dominating the Spanish press: the uncertain future of Vinicius Jr. According to the English outlet The Athletic, widely regarded as one of the most reliable sources in world football, Real Madrid did consider selling the Brazilian forward during this transfer window. The reason? A salary demand that's causing internal discomfort. Vinicius wants to earn the same as Kylian Mbappé, his new attacking partner. The 24-year-old Brazilian believes that, given everything he has done for the club and the weight he carries on the pitch, he deserves to be paid on par with the French star. However, the Real Madrid board doesn't share that view, at least not for now. That's because Vinicius is coming off a 2024-25 season seen as disappointing. His performances were inconsistent, especially in the decisive stages, which made the board hesitate to meet his demand. What once looked like a certain contract renewal is now on hold. This uncertainty has triggered a wave of speculation about his departure. Several Spanish outlets reported that the club would be open to negotiating if no agreement is reached soon. But here's the twist. According to The Athletic, sources close to the player say no offer from Saudi Arabia has recently landed on Vinicius's table. More importantly, he remains committed to the club and is expected to stay in the squad this season. In other words, despite the turmoil behind the scenes, Vinicius Jr. is not leaving, at least for now. Still, tensions remain. If results don't come and the player stays unhappy, the situation could change quickly. What does this mean for coach Xabi Alonso? A lot. Maintaining harmony between Vinicius and Mbappé will be one of his biggest challenges in this new era, especially in a locker room filled with stars and big egos. While this drama unfolds, another bombshell is shaking Real Madrid's defensive line. According to AS, veterans David Alaba and Antonio Rudiger are not part of the club's long-term plans. The message is clear: Real Madrid wants to completely revamp its defense with younger players who have long-term growth potential. Starting with David Alaba, the 33-year-old Austrian has been dealing with a concerning string of knee injuries. He's spent over a year off the pitch, and even now that he's recovered, no club has made a formal offer for him. To make matters worse, he's one of the highest earners in the squad, which is becoming a financial burden for the club. Despite his camp insisting he'll see out his contract, the reality is that Real would like to part ways with him during this window. But again, his high salary complicates any potential deal. Antonio Rudiger's case is a bit different. The 32-year-old German earned respect within the squad by playing through pain during last season's defensive injury crisis. He took anti-inflammatories daily and only underwent surgery after the Copa del Rey final. Now fully recovered, Rudiger will be closely monitored. However, the chances of a contract renewal remain slim. The club believes it's time to plan for the future and open space for new names. Among the rising stars are Dean Huijsen, just 20 years old, and Raul Asensio, 22, who already signed a professional contract. Plus, Eder Militao is back after a long recovery, and Real continues to eye Ibrahima Konate from Liverpool, especially if he doesn't renew with the English club and becomes a free agent. In short, the board's message is crystal clear: a full defensive overhaul is underway, which could spell the end for both Alaba and Rudiger at the Bernabéu. Meanwhile, Real Madrid has also quietly decided to end the chapter of another once promising player, Reinier Jesus. Signed for €30 million in 2019, the former Flamengo star was once seen as one of Brazil's brightest prospects. But the reality turned out very differently. After 5 years on loan to clubs like Borussia Dortmund, Girona, Frosinone, and Granada, Reinier never made an official debut for the first team. And now, he's not even welcome at Castilla. According to AS, Reinier wasn't even called up for the B team's preseason under coach Alvaro Arbeloa. That means he's completely out of the club's plans, both now and in the future. As a result, the pressure for Reinier to find a new club is mounting. Otherwise, Florentino Perez may opt to terminate his contract early. Although his deal runs until the summer of 2026, the club's patience has run out. Over the past 5 years, Reinier has scored only 7 goals and played under 4,000 minutes across all his loan spells. His market value is at an all-time low, making a beneficial transfer even harder. Reinier's case lays bare a planning error by the club, which gambled big on a raw talent that never adapted. Now, Madrid wants to cut its losses as cleanly as possible. With so much going on, transfer rumors are flying. Internal sources say Real Madrid is targeting key reinforcements, especially in defense, and that the next few weeks could bring major news. For now, Vinicius Jr stays in the squad, but his future is still uncertain. Alaba and Rudiger are nearing the end of their real journeys. And Reinier, once full of promise, is about to exit through the back door. As Real Madrid makes bold decisions about the present and future of its roster, the backroom continues to buzz, particularly regarding how the board is managing the squad. The club's strategy of focusing on young talent and parting ways with aging veterans is stronger than ever, and it's affecting more than just Alaba, Rudiger, and Reinier. This mentality is spreading throughout the entire organization. The policy of avoiding long-term contracts for players over 30 shows that Madrid is focused on building a dominant team not just for now but for the next 5 to 10 years. This approach was crucial in attracting players like Jude Bellingham, Arda Güler, and Endrick, who join knowing they'll have time and space to grow in a solid project. As for Reinier, the club also sees his situation as a wake-up call. The high investment in a young player who failed to adapt to European football led the club to revise its recruitment criteria for South American prospects. While players like Endrick and Vinicius Jr adapted successfully, Reinier joins the list of those who didn't meet expectations. Behind the scenes, there are whispers that the board is willing to let go of anyone who doesn't fully align with the club's current philosophy. That includes veterans nearing the end of their contracts, youngsters showing no progress, and even stars like Vinícius, if their salary demands begin to jeopardize the squad's financial balance. The truth is that Real Madrid is shielding itself to maintain a healthy, competitive, and stable environment. The arrival of Mbappé, while exciting, also brought a challenge, making sure other players don't feel undervalued or treated unfairly. This is precisely where Vinícius's case fits. He sees himself as a central figure but is up against a strict wage policy. The club knows that keeping the locker room united is key to winning major titles, and coach Xabi Alonso will play a central role in this. His job goes far beyond tactics. He must manage egos, expectations, and delicate situations like these. The way Xabi handles this transition will determine whether Madrid remains Europe's dominant force or enters a rebuilding phase. And now, Madridista, we want to hear from you. Do you think Real Madrid should renew Vinicius Jr.'s contract and meet his salary demands? Or is it time to sell and bring in new talent? What about Alaba, Rudiger, and Reinier? Is the club right to move on from these players? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and share it with other Madridistas to support the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video with more news and behind-the-scenes updates from the greatest club in the world, Real Madrid.